All right, let's move on to Barcelona now. Let's talk about them next and some of the activity in the transfer window. So I have a couple names here that I'm seeing circulated quite a bit. I want to start with Luiz Diaz, especially Michael. You can kind of give us the Liverpool viewpoint from this one. Does this make sense for Barcelona? Is this really okay? I think this is a stupid ass transfer rumor. Can I just say that? I don't see it at all.
It's legit though. That's the fucking crazy part, bro. Deco has a hard on for this guy, man. Like,
for what?
If he can watch Luiz Diaz's dad fucking freak out, and almost faint in the crowd every time Luiz Diaz makes a cut inside or maybe scores a goal or something. Like, I don't know, bro. I don't understand what it's for. It doesn't make sense.
Is he gonna play?
He might. Like, I think the idea is like, remember the beginning of the season we were talking about Rafa being a 10.
Yeah.
And like, if Donnie,
I was on the left,
is still made of glass, we throw Rafinha to the 10. And yeah, we throw Luis Diaz on the left, and he's going to put in the same work rate that Rafa gave us. I understand the logic behind it, but why are we going to spend that much money on a 28-year-old? Like, why?
So wait, how much money they're speaking about?
Bro, originally the rumor Liverpool was going to charge like at least 60 to 70 million. And it's like, bro, if we spend anything over 45, I'm out.
Yo, run that money.
I'm out.
Run that money. We're getting burst.
And the fucked up part is, bro, Barca has seen this before. Bro, we just witnessed not that long ago, not that many years ago, the Coutinho transfer, the Griezmann transfer, the Dembele transfer. Like, we got to figure out how to again give Hansi Flick what he needs from within. If we're gonna go out and spend over 50 million on a player, he has to be such a clear upgrade that it's a no-brainer. Like, it's just like, okay, cool, let's go out and do this. Also, Nico Williams to me was that last season. I was like, this based on what we knew, it felt like a pretty big upgrade. Let's try and make it happen.
Who's Lewandowski's replacement, dude? Say he goes down. Like,
Ferran.
But is he a 9 though? Like, do you want him to be your starting?
No, he can't.
He's worked this season.
Yeah, he scored enough goals. I think personally he won't leave. But if it were up to me, I would try to sell him at his height right now while his stock is so high. Like, try to get him to a Prem team or something and like take that money and spend it on a striker. But I think they're going to try and keep him because Leva wants to play. He wants to finish out his contract. So
I would bring in a true 9 though. I feel like Levy's on his way out, obviously, and I don't know. Like, you need a true 9 in that system, just bagging goals, dude.
I think Laporta's waiting for his headline signing. That's what I think.
Haaland.
I think he's waiting for a banger to come through, like the season after this next one.
Get the Camp Nou money.
Yeah,
to like so much sense.
Yeah,
agent
Pep
Guardiola
of all time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think. So I think he's gonna let Leva finish it out. Ferran play back up again, and we try to build pieces around them. Winger, fullback, keeper needs to be sorted out too.
To be fair though, Lucho has played in the false 9 this season, so maybe Deco and Barcelona are thinking, hey, let's play Lucho in the false 9 in Barcelona. He would cook, but for 70 million, 28 years old. I mean, as a Liverpool fan, I would take it, even though I love Lucho. He's one of my favorite players. But 70 million, bro, run the money. We're getting Florian Wirtz. You can take Lucho all day, every day, and we'll go for sign Florian Wirtz. So for Barcelona, this would be a 4 out of 10 signing.
Imagine funding Florian Wirtz's signing to Liverpool. That'd be fucking insane.
Hey, you guys funded Van Dijk and Alisson, so thank you very much.
Exactly. If we do it again, bro, I'd be furious. So like that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't mind spending that kind of money, but someone who has resellability, you got to be able to get money back at somewhere down the road, minimum. And yeah, he's got to be a clear starter for the next few seasons. And Luis Diaz could be that, but it's just still kind of a question mark.
I just don't think anybody watched Barca this year and was like, you know what they should do in the offseason? 70 mil on a winger. Nobody said that.
No.
Nobody. Their 2 wingers are the top 3 Ballon d'Or favorites, and you're going to go spend 70 mil on another one. Also, what was the whole point of the Dani Olmo saga? 50 million for him.
Versatility, and that's the reason why if I was going to go spend that kind of money on an attacker in that front 3 or someone right behind the striker, it would be someone like Xavi Simons. No bullshit. It would legitimately be someone who can play winger if he needs to.
Why you guys are not linked to Florian Wirtz? You guys should be all over that deal.
I agree. Honestly, I think it's the money. I don't know what Liverpool's going to end up paying for him, his contract and everything, but
like 100 million.
The money.
100 million for Florian.
It's going to be the money.
You know who I think Barca should go get?
Musiala.
No, we're going to keep it to Colombia. John Duran.
Ooh.
I think Jean Duran would be a fantastic pickup.
I got laughed at for making that.
See, you're saying John Duran. I'm saying Jonathan David for free.
For free. I got told by Jack that he won't sit on the bench, which I agree. I agree. He won't sit on the bench long. But I think
he's sitting on the bench.
For a year, yeah, bro, for a year as a free signing, I don't mind Jonathan David sitting on the bench. I know it's the year before a World Cup, but still, bro, learning from Lewandowski while you still get plenty of opportunities to play in multiple competitions. I don't know, man. I still think it's a hell of a sign to make if we could.
Because you're not going to sign an Isak. You're not going to sign a Gyökeres, a Šeško, and any of these guys. So go get a dude who's free and is balling out, entering the prime years of his career, had good goal scoring record at Lille. I think Jonathan David is a home run for Barcelona.
Would probably still have to sell Fedon in that case. I still think we'd probably have to still sell him, the Shark, but like only because of at that point there's just way too many attackers that Hansi has to choose from.
Yeah.
I just like the Duran guaranteed goals. Jonathan David is very good, but he's not as clinical as Duran. And I think somebody just got to put the ball in the back of the net.
Levi 1-0. Sorry.
I mean, he still definitely gets the same amount of goals as Lewandowski. I mean, Budimir would probably get the same amount of goals as Lewandowski this season, but we don't need to go down that road. Ayosi Perez, God, he would have hit 40 if he was playing for you guys.
So it's 50.
Yeah. Only in the last couple of weeks of the season, though. Let's give it to another John that you guys, a lot of Johns here. Jonathan, John, Colombian.
All spelled
John
uniquely, by the way.
Yeah.
All spelled differently,
JH,
mainly from Colombia, though. John Lucumi has been linked to Barcelona as well.
Serie?
Yep, Bologna.
Bologna. One of their better players this season. Some people will be very mad that he did not make my CONMEBOL best 11, but there was just too many other options. I do love John Lucumi, though. But this
He's
is
not in the best 11.
You're not in the best 11? Okay. Well,
Nope.
Serie A Sims told me that I was a hater. They also accused me of being a U.S. men's national team fan. But anyways, John Lucumi to Barcelona. I don't know what the money is. So maybe that would kind of influence my thoughts on how I felt about this rumor. But is this the right move? Is this the right center back Barca should be going after? I guess it's better than Jonathan. Another Jonathan. Jesus Christ. What is wrong with you guys? Go after a different name.
We love a good John, bro.
Holy
We love a
hell.
good John.
You do. You clearly
He's
do.
better than Todd, that's for sure.
For sure.
Definitely John Lucumi would be a lot better of a signing. A little bit of a rash defender, I would say, for this season. But Lukumi's got talent. He's got pace. Very good physically. Knows how to tackle. So I think he would fit perfectly into the high line of Barcelona. The ability on the ball could improve. But, as a backup to Inigo Martinez, I think it's a good deal for Barcelona. Now, how much are they going to pay? That's another story. If it's like plus 50 million, I wouldn't really do it if I'm Barcelona. I think you can get better options in that situation. So list it if we're saying 30 to 40, I think that's a good deal for Barcelona.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like he might be a little too Araujo-esque for me. I think he's better passing than Araujo, but if you offload Araujo and you bring in Lucumi, I guarantee the fans are bitching and moaning about the same thing.
Same
by
guy.
week 10.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. They're going to be like, he's a fraud and he sucks. He doesn't suck. Lukumi's a very good defender, but in this high line, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see if he would fit in there. Jose, do you like this rumor at all, or is there another CB that you're like, we should be going after?
No, I like this. I like signings like this, if I'm being frank. Like kind of under the radar. I feel like when the PR is too high for a center back, we get cases like Araujo again, and not that he was the same case. He wasn't like that, but at the end of the day, I just don't feel like with our back line, outside of Koundé, and even then, he's not playing the position he was brought into play. He was brought under Xavi to be a fast-paced center back who could backtrack in the event that we got exposed. Just had to play right back out of necessity. So I think Lucumi, I think it makes sense. I'd have to watch more of Bologna, to be fair. But Jonathan Tah, me and Michael talked about that a while back. It was free is the only reason I liked it. It was like depth because I'm trying to get Araujo out of this fucking back line tomorrow. So that's the only reason I was down to make that signing. I think fullbacks are a much bigger necessity, though, to be honest, than center back. We have a lot of depth.
Fullbacks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fullbacks are better.
Yeah. I think we need, bro, if we go into next season, we probably will, man. But if Gerard Martin is the left back as a backup to Balde again next season, I still have no idea why it wasn't Alex Valle. Alex Valle had a great season at Como. I don't know why we're not bringing him back. We're going to take the fucking fee and let him move on. Makes no sense to me. I think he's very versatile. And then we got to get Koundé into that back line, into that center back spot in that back line. I think a right back has to be a giant priority.
So who do you want to see?
I said
I've seen zero fullback rumors. So who do you want to see him?
Yeah, I said Ratiu because I do think he's a good La Liga proven right back. I don't know. It's difficult, man. Like I don't know if there's anybody that we could just like go out and grab that just like who elevates what Koundé gives you in that position, because you can still keep Koundé back there and you keep Kubarsi and Inigo, right? So like who elevates that? If you move Koundé over, who can give you the same production? I don't know. I really don't. To me, he's one of the best right backs in the world right now.
I think a clever signing would be Arnau from Girona.
Well, I think we've tried that. Like I don't know what it was. Maybe it was because remember like the season before Girona had that crazy top 4 year. Arnau was like kind of linked because of the whole like Catalan connection, and there was something preventing it. I can't remember. It was something in his contract, and we were broke as fuck at the time, so that could have been it. But I also think Arnau wants to like start week in and week out, and if you have to choose, if you're Hansi Flick, choosing between Arnau and Koundé, who you know what you get with Koundé week in and week out, I don't know, man.
Proven.
Yeah.
So the priority this summer for Barca is a striker, a backup striker, and a backup right back. That's it.
Yes, I would say.
Okay.
But again, that's why it doesn't make sense to why Deco's going after a winger first. It's like, why, bro?
And that type of money too.
Yeah, why?
No goalkeeper. Is goalkeeper not the top priority?
It's not that it's not. It's just that, like, I agree. We've talked about this a lot. I think Ter Stegen, one, is not backing off of the fact that he thinks he could come back and reach some fucking level that we haven't seen him have since 2015. And then
that performance against Villarreal
there's also
hilarious.
apparently an offer on the table for Tech to come back, and he hasn't responded yet. I'm thinking he's still like weighing up, can he do this again? Chesney's been phenomenal this season for the expectation, but I think he still like wanted to retire for a reason. Like, you know, maybe he was a little bit burnt out. So I don't know. I think we have to sign somebody. Benya's not coming back. Iñaki said, fuck this. Like, he wants to go play somewhere. So
John Garcia ain't going to y'all.
It would be so great, but that man's untouchable from an Espanyol perspective. We've taken a lot of Espanyol products over the years. Don't get me wrong, but this ain't one of them. This ain't one of them.
Balde.
So
Dibu Martinez.
Honestly, bro, I would take Dibu.
Shithousery.
I would take Dibu. Like for the vibes, bro. I respect Dibu, man. And I know people don't like it, but I fucking love Dibu, bro. I love him.
If he goes to Barcelona, dude. Oh my
Andre
God.
would just hate even.
I would lose my shit, dude.
It'd be so good.
Classico, you add Dibu to that mixture.
Oh
my God.
Aura.
Must watch television,
dude.
All over
anytime Madrid get a PK or like whatever, you know, Dibu's just gonna be there, fucking locked in, bro. Locked. I can't wait. Like I can't.
He's like Nahuel for Tigres, dude. Same type of fucking goalkeeper, dude. Do you see that penalty kick he tried to stop on Sergio Ramos?
Yeah, he turned around.
Yeah,
bro. I love it, man. It's aura. It's aura. That's what it is. He's aura farming.
Argentinian keepers, dude.
I mean, I will say you're getting a guy who knows how to win if you get Emi Martinez.
I would take him over Marc-Andre Ter Stegen, and it might be a crazy shot. Some people might be like, dude, that's insane. But like, I would
that's
take
not crazy at all.
That's not
there are
crazy
Barca fans who have such a connection for whatever reason. I'm like, Ter Stegen has been bad for a few years now.
Yeah.
What was that last thing you said, Michael?
No, I said that's crazy.
It is, bro. I just don't get it. I
solution.
really don't understand. But I don't think we're gonna spend on a keeper, if that makes sense. You got to find an interesting solution in the market.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, maybe some freeze or something that we just don't know about. If you guys have a good goalkeeper nominee for Barca to pick up, let us know in the comments.